Hi, I'm Russ Ryden with DevotedGolfer.tv. This is Alex Berger. Alex is with R&D at Adams Golf, and Alex works on metalwoods.
That's correct.
And we're kind of neighbors. We're from South Lake. Alex is from Plano.
That's right.
Yeah. So, Alex, this year, 2 new drivers, some new technology in the fairways that we want to get to. Let's start with the driver you have in your hand. That's the more forgiving of the two, isn't it?
That's right. This is the Super S driver, and this entire lineup, in addition to the drivers, all about forgiveness, all about giving that player a lot of confidence that they're going to be able to hit it straight and for a mile. So particularly this driver, from top down, it's the largest driver we've ever done. If you add up the heel to toe and the front to back dimension, this is the largest driver that inspires a lot of confidence, that helps our MOI. So all this material around the skirt, you notice, we've scooped that out completely. We have a relatively sharp edge between the crown and the skirt. What that allows us to do is reposition that material into the top-down shape. So now we have a huge, massive top-down shape that anyone can hit, and we're also able to increase MOI that way as well, and we stay within the 460 limitation of USJ, of course.
Now, what am I seeing in here? Is that a slot?
That's right. So this is the first true legitimate slot that anyone has put into a driver in the golf industry. And the reason we're doing this, most guys will say you don't need the help of that, because with a driver, it's already maxed out at COR, or CT as we now refer to it, because the driver is a large face, and it's also made out of titanium. So you typically don't have any trouble getting the deflection to the USJ limit with the driver. Now, what we wanted to do with the slot is we wanted to increase the deflection of the face around the perimeter of the golf club. Especially with the driver. It's 46 inches. It's a really light head. The shot dispersion on this particular club is going to be the biggest in your bag, right? So you're going to hit it all over the face. So we need forgiveness, especially around the sole, because the sole of this golf club is 40% thicker than the crown. And the reason for that is we're driving the YCG downwards towards the sole, of course, and that's what a lot of other companies do as well. Sole is usually thicker than the crown, so the crown's going to deflect a lot. So you don't necessarily need it right now, at least, on the crown. So that's why we incorporated it into the sole, heel to toe. It goes variable depth, and we're kind of targeting areas. We're going deeper in certain areas that are going to benefit the golfer more. So low toe, for example, that's the #1 place you're going to see a CT or a spring-like drop-off the most. 25 to 30% gone. If you hit it off low toe, ball speeds are going to be incredibly diminished based on if you were to hit it relative to your center face impact. So slots are doing a lot on this particular club.
So we're actually making the bottom of the face...
Exactly. We're making the bottom of the face more forgiving. The average, pretty much the average around the entire perimeter of the slot is greater than this exact club without the slot. That's exactly what we're trying to do, because of course we can't go more than 245, 250 CT at center face. That's very close to the USJ limit. So we get that going, and then we want to increase the average around all other points on the golf club, specifically around the sole, because like I said, it's more rigid on the sole, so you have less deflection as it is in the majority of golfers on the market today anyways.
Now, correct me if I'm wrong, but this year this is adjustable. Last year this design was not.
That's right. So last year, this is kind of our Fast 12 replacement. Last year we had a Fast 12 driver and a Fast 12 LS driver. The LS was adjustable, but the Fast 12 was not. It was a glued permanent hosel. This time around, first time again in Adams history that we're doing 2 drivers completely adjustable. This is our Fast Fit system. It's very easy to understand, which is the main thing I love about it. What we're doing with this particular head is we're doing a 1 skew head. So we're selling this. This is a 10.5 degree loft. Right hand, left hand. This is the only head that you'll be able to find in the store. So we're making it very easy for the consumer. That's the goal. We say this is the loft you're going to benefit at. And of course, we'll give you the opportunity to turn it down to a 9.5 degree or turn it up to an 11.5 degree. And that's what we wanted to achieve with this cool, easy, and very discreet system. You know, it really looks, it's designed to look like a typical ferrule glued in. So for guys who like more of a traditional look, they don't want a lot of writing or any different finishing going on, you know, with the adjustability system. This is going to be a great system for them.
So now this is the replacement for the LS.
Well,
it says LS on it.
So Fast 12 LS of last year, this is replacing that. This is going to be our much more tour-inspired shape. So right off the bat, you're going to notice, compared to the S, the top-down shape is much more compact. It's a little more symmetrical, kind of C shape. It's really targeting towards what tour players like. Everything about this club is targeting what, you know, lower handicap tour players would prefer in a driver. Top down, you're going to notice a huge face, very deep face, and that's one thing that tour players love, is they love the ability to work it. If they want to hit it a little bit lower or higher, you got the roll on the face, obviously, that's going to help you do that. Couple that with vertical gear effect, which impacts spin. So if you go up and down on the face, with a big face, you have the ability to vary your launch conditions significantly. And that's what the tour guy likes, so that's what they're really going to appreciate in this club.
So I'm seeing a slot in here, too.
So the slot, obviously, is not visible from the crowns, and it's not going to hurt you, of course. It's only going to help. So
Right.
it doesn't matter whether you're a low handicap or a high handicap player, the slot's going to benefit you. You're going to hit more consistently on the low portion of the face especially. Especially for tour players, they're all about consistency, right? They don't want to, even though they're typically in center face, when they do stray away from the center of the face, they still want the ball to go consistently. So that's why we've incorporated the slot into the LS product in addition to the S product.
Now it also has a weight port.
It has the weight port. So what we're doing with this club, in addition to what we did last year on the Fast 12 LS, is we have a length adjustment. So everything I talked about with the Super S in terms of plus or minus 1 loft, plus or minus 1 face angle, and this particular club is going to go plus 2 degrees upright if you want that setting as well.
Okay.
We also have a length adjustment for 1/2 inch. So we're going to ship this to you with a little pouch of goodies, and it'll have a 1/2 inch titanium spacer. It'll have a long bolt, have a torque wrench, of course, and then it's going to have another weight in there. It's going to be a 2 gram weight. So we'll ship it with the 7 gram. And then if you want to increase the length by 1/2 inch, you swap those out and maintains the swing weight. This particular club, we're at 45 inches at D3. So it's a really good tour build. That's what guys on tour like, and that's the reason we did that. But again, we're giving people the opportunity to go 1/2 inch longer in case they choose that they want that.
But as a custom fitter, of course, I can weight this however I want, and I don't have to go inside of it with red glue.
Exactly. You don't want to get messy with the rack glue. That's no fun. So we absolutely have a 2 gram to 14 gram. Every single increment available, especially to fitters. You're going to have really be able to get those. And you can vary the length however you want and adjust for swing weight and all that stuff. You'll be able to do no problem.
And I can do that with a weight. I don't have to do that.
Exactly. You don't have to do that and go squirt hot melt like you said. That's really no fun. So
Now the other thing I'm really excited about this year are changes to the fairway.
Absolutely. Yeah.
Let me reach over here and grab one.
Sure.
So, LS fairway.
Yep.
The slot, it looks different to me.
Yes. We've done an incredible job in improving just the overall aesthetics, the look of the crown slot specifically. So last year, as you know, we had a much thicker slot from front to back. It was really wide, and we spent a good amount of time trying to understand what we needed to do in order to get the slot to perform better, but also be in a much more refined shape. And one of the things we noticed is that out of all the variables in the actual slot design itself, the most that had a correlation to increasing the spring-like effect was the depth of the slot. So we felt if we could go deeper, we can make it more narrow. So if you notice, it goes really deep.
So it's deeper, but it's narrower.
Exactly. It goes parallel to the face. So actually, from address, you really don't even see the bottom of it. All you see is the outline. It's a really good, refined shape. It's got a lot of cool curvature to it. And overall,
it's not as distracting.
It's not. Yeah, of course, the Fast 12 was a great product, and the Super XTD line. All our fairways.
I've been playing your heads for years now.
So
it doesn't distract me.
Yeah.
But I hear it from time to time. Guys say, I just don't like the look of that.
Sure, absolutely. Some guys are going to have that, especially on the XTD line, which is going to be typically played by your lower handicap player. They might not want something distracting, as they might say, on the crown. So absolutely, this slot, much more refined look. We've received unbelievable compliments on this slot. A lot of guys are telling us, hey, don't remove it. Keep it there. It frames the ball nicely. It goes with these toe and heel decals on the crown. And they they don't want us to get rid of it. They think it's just great. So we're excited
This is the first time that we've got some adjustability on the hosel, right?
Of course, yeah. So this is the first time we've done a fairway wood with adjustability. This is going to come with our LS line. And the adjustability is going to mimic what I was talking about on the Super LS driver. So you still have that length adjustment option. We'll still give you, again, the 2 gram weight to counter the swing weight. Everything that we talked about in that, you're going to get this plus or minus 1 loft, a face angle, and of course 2 degrees upright and lie if you choose to go into that setting.
So we can change our line angles here. So if I've got somebody that's shorter, somebody that's a little bit taller, and I need to adjust the line angle, I can do that without trying to bend a hosel.
Exactly, especially on titanium, a little bit tougher to bend. So something you want to
impossible.
Tougher. But yeah, certainly, lie angle is a big thing for us, especially in this product when we know it's going to be played on tour by a lot of guys, and lie angle is so important out there. So we wanted to build that functionality into this system.
So we retain weight adjustability like we've always had. And the slot is actually doing is it increasing the sweet spot?
Exactly. So, last year, as you know, on the Super XTD product, we were basically at 235 or so, 240 CT, very close to the limit. This particular product, we maxed it out now, so we're officially at 245, right around the driver. This is going to have the same CT as in the drivers that I was just talking about. And the reason we're able to do that is with sole cut-through technology. So this is something we pioneered.
Sole cut-through?
Cut-through. So
what does that mean?
Sure. We pioneered this on the V4 line. So in this slot right here is a TPU badge. It's a badge that it doesn't restrict the deflection of the slot.
Okay.
If I were to remove that badge,
TPU, what does that mean?
thermoplastic polyurethane.
Plastic.
Yeah, exactly. Okay. If I were to remove that badge, you could see directly into the cavity.
Okay.
We've actually channeled out material. Okay, and that's what we call a sole cut through slot.
Okay.
And basically, from this portion of the face, unsupported. There's no material supporting the face from deflecting.
Okay.
So that allows it to be able to store a lot of energy and deflection here with that sole slot. It's going to collapse a lot. And that's what gives us that really high sweet spot, especially on the sole of a golf club, which for fairway woods and hybrids, for all players, typically if you're not going to be hitting off the tee, you're going to have a tough time getting, not hitting the ball on the lower portion of the face. And of course, if you hit it on the lower portion of the face, you're going to drive your spin up.
Yeah.
So that's one of the main things we wanted to make sure we could increase. You're going to drive your spin up, and you're also going to decrease ball speed because, again, that sole is so rigid.
Yeah.
So we wanted to make sure we could add a slot that's going to be able to counter some of that. The other quick thing to note on this is we're actually doing braze technology on this. On the fairway wood this year. So last year we had a complete titanium body. Everything was titanium. We had those tungsten heel toe weighting. This year around, this whole piece right here is actually stainless steel. Very high density. It's a 2-piece. This plate is 1 piece. And then there's another sole piece there's the brazing line right there. You can see it.
Okay.
And this whole piece gets brazed on to the titanium chassis. Okay. That's a face, skirt, crown, and hosel piece of titanium, only 85 grams.
Sounds like
Super
you're fairly
light.
familiar with this thing.
Yeah, brazing is something we did last year. We love brazing.
Yeah.
It's a great technology. We work with a vendor who has extreme capabilities in brazing. We actually moved the brazing line back. So on the Super XTD hybrid of last year, what we did is the bottom slot was made out of stainless steel and the top was made out of titanium.
Okay.
What we've done on both these products, as we've done both slots out of titanium. So we've shifted the brazing line back a little bit. Just because we know more about brazing, the vendor capabilities have gotten better, we've been able to do that. Obviously, there's a lot going on in that area, so it's tough to maneuver that. But absolutely, this product is for that particular player who wants all the bells and whistles in a fairway and more. This is, in my opinion, of course, one, if not the best fairway we've ever come out with. It's got the adjustability. It's got that sole cut through. The weight port, of course, for fitters who want to mess with swing weight and length. This really has everything you need. In a fairway wood. It's a great performing product.
Yeah, well, I can't wait to get my hands on them.
Absolutely.
I'm going to convert my fitting system to this because it now offers interchangeability.
That's
so
right.
It does it for me.
That's exactly right. Yeah, I hope you enjoy it.
Okay.
Cool.
Well, thanks for spending some time
Hey,
with
absolutely.
us.
Thank you very much. Appreciate it.
Bye now.